Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Court, episode number 33. Thank you for joining us. Ellie, I know you had a busy weekend. Congrats to your daughter, Jordan, on her bat mitzvah. How'd it go, buddy?
Yeah, it's been a busy weekend for sure. Last few days of the week leading into the weekend as well. It went great. Jordan did great. We're lucky with her. She likes to complete tasks. She's likes to learn, and she doesn't like to let anybody down, especially herself. So it was a great weekend. Kudos to my wife for doing all the things necessary to pull off a Zoom bat mitzvah and keep the tradition going on her side of the family of the Jewish belief and being a part of the Jewish community here in Stockton and the temple in Stockton. So it's cool. For me, it's a part of something that their side of the family brings in, and of course, I love to get behind in anything that Jennifer's doing, really. And so it was a great weekend. Congratulations to Jordan for sure. Thanks, I appreciate that. And fun show coming tonight.
Yeah, we have a great show coming tonight. We have four real USA racquetball members, players. That's going to be Damian Zamorano from Arizona, Joey Logan from Illinois, Jeff Stark from Washington, Annie Roberts, and I hear she's with Erin Slutzky too. So they'll be on, and they're here, Ellie, to really help us out and give us their opinion and use their voice on USAR's recent announcement of the national festival they're going to have June 3rd through the 12th in St. Louis.
Yeah, different voices, different locations. Joey Logan's obviously in Florida, but he's from Chicago, really connected to the era that we played, a lot of Chicago events, and there's somebody that I always look forward to spending time with, talking to. Jeff Stark is from California. He's from Redding, California. He did live in Washington for a long time, Oregon. Kind of had a rivalry going there with several players out of Oregon during his time there. Great players, good guys, Damien, and then obviously bringing in the junior in her final year with Annie. And, we're going to have, she has a guest too. She has Erin Slutzky in town, who's another top junior, getting near her 17, 18-year-old age. I think this might be her last year from St. Louis. So maybe there's some inside information there. Really interesting guests. And obviously, you can't cover the wide spectrum of potential guests, and people have opinions about the festival announcement and good and bad with our show, just one show. But, we did a decent job here of getting some good guests to talk about it a little bit, both positive and negative.
Yeah, we had to mix it up. We only thought that was fair. And then, of course, after those guests and those racquetballers, we're going to have a guy named Kane who's going to join us with a really, I'm super excited about this special announcement as well.
Yeah, and I don't know much about it. I know maybe a little, but not much about it. So it'll be nice for me to hear about it as well. You guys are going to get together and do something great, I assume. And I always like having Kane on. Just we get to talk a little in depth with Kane, and we hopefully ask him the questions that people want to hear about, and that always interests me. I really enjoy talking racquetball with him. So sounds great for a great show tonight, and looking forward to it.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun. So with that, we're going to get started. We're about to bring in Damien, but first, I just want to say, Ellie, it's not always easy. It's almost impossible to please 100% of the people 100% of the time. Whether it's sports, life, business, relationships, there's always obstacles. And the important thing is that we communicate and discuss ways to improve and allow people to be heard, whether it's your wife or my wife or friends or business or players. You have to listen to that voice and try to come up with a way to make things better. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We always want the best for everybody. Even if we don't want to hear that opinion or that voice, it's important to hear it, and pay attention and listen up, because there's a lot of differing opinions, and it's not just what we're going to discuss here tonight. This is just a life observation. Hopefully Ellie and I and Scotty Mack, we truly give the racquetball world, the friends and family, sponsors, supporters, a platform to be able to share, their thoughts and what maybe they're thinking about in the sport, just like we are. And hopefully, we can communicate that message for you. And at the end of the day, we want what is best for you, what is best for the player, the member, the racquetball fan, the junior, because what's best for you ultimately will be what's best for the sport. So, with that, Ellie, we're going to go into some video questions. We've been asking people, send us some of your video questions, whatever they might be. We want to answer them. I can tell you this. Yes, I have seen these videos. Scotty Mac is just throwing them out there. There's a bunch of them. So our answers won't be preset. We're just going to go with it. So Scotty Mac, let's play the first video from, I believe this one is Julius Ellis from Stockton, California. What do you got?
What's up, guys? Julius Ellis here. All right, Suds and John Ellis. What is your guys' favorite match you've ever played? It could be on the tour or just like for fun.
Wow, Ellie, that's a good one. You know, man, my favorite match ever. There's so many. I would have to say jumps out. 2002 U.S. Open quarterfinals, Friday night, packed house. Jason Menino and I went. We battled it out, and that was good. But I got to be honest, Ellie. Lately, it's the last one. The most recent one is my favorite.
Sure, I don't blame you for that, buddy. You're still playing high level and looking to mix it up some more. So, this kind of question is for those that are well beyond their time on tour at that high level, and that's not you, but that is me. So, it's interesting. It could change. Julius didn't ask me this or anything before he went to the club that day and they had their practice and he asked that question, but it can change by the year. But you know what? Like a favorite one of mine was our doubles match in, I think, 91, maybe semis with, you were playing with Gelso, maybe it was 93. You were playing with Gelso in the semis and Mueller and I, and we were young and kind of just swinging away. I'm sure there was plenty of balls left off the back wall, but we were dropping bombs at high rate, like the pace I was swinging right out of my body. I know that I was swinging as hard as I possibly could, quite often in the match. And we've got those photos where you're jumping on over one of my shots and then I'm jumping over and we look kind of the same. And what it looks like we're way off the ground, which you probably were pretty high off the ground, but there was a decline where the photographer sat. So they were even lower than the court. So it even looked more radical with the photo, but that was one of my favorite matches for sure. I'll say that one for now.
Well, all right. Yeah, that was a good one. All right. Second question. Who do we have?
Hi, John. Hi, Sudsy. I was wondering, what is your favorite serve and why?
Ooh, Alondra, that's a great question. What's my favorite serve is anyone that I score a point with. Now, I know that might not be the answer you want to hear, but I would say my favorite serve, please don't tell anyone. And if you're one of my competitors, it would be definitely the crack serve on the left side wall. Use it in singles, doubles, and super confident with it.
Yeah, you can hit that, man. There's times where you would just go on long runs of just trying that serve and cracking out a bunch of them and really frustrating your opponents. And here because this dude can crack ace serves. So I don't know why you didn't just try that every single serve, to be honest with you. Maybe just, get a little tired hitting that every single time. But yeah, it's a good question. And again, things change. My favorite serve when I was 27 would be, a hard drive serve to the backhand side, to the left side of the court. Try to keep it off the back wall from hitting the side wall. Yeah, have it be low enough to where it's like, that's almost unreturnable unless you really guess over there. And they don't always happen, but that was my favorite serve in that range of 19 through 27, right in there. But right now I would say kind of just a high lob down the right wall, like Alvaro, just kind of high lob. Try, if you can roll an overhead or reverse pinch roll it, fine, it's yours. But anything else, and we're in play, I'm probably going to hit a pretty good ceiling ball at something. If you keep anything low off the back wall, I'm probably not shooting anything. And I'm just going up the ceiling and wait for you to either roll it or make a mistake and let me dink one, because that's really all I got. But I'm good at it.
Well, I tell you what,
So lobster downline.
It'd be fun for us to play together because I'm shooting everything. I'm never going to the ceiling, and I'm definitely not dinking. And I've been on the receiving end of some of those drive serves when you get hot. And let me tell you, sports racquetball fans, there's a difference. A lot of people talk about, who hits the hardest. There's two types of hard in racquetball. There's hard and heavy, and then there's fast and light, right? So the balls move different. Ellie's ball was super fast and light, and it just slid. And there were times you're literally back there, Ellie, and I'm getting ready to return your serve, and I actually get a beat on it and kind of pick something up on your ball drop or maybe, the racket angle when it's coming through the swing plane, so I know where it's going. Still couldn't catch up to it. So it was definitely a missile, and I would say, yeah, that was your best serve, not the lob to the right. Leave that one for Alvy. All right, What is the next question?
Hey, Sudsy and John. My name is Steve. I'm a parent of a racquetballer. What advice do you have for me? How can I help better my kid to be a better racquetballer?
Steve, that's a great question. You're talking to two parents, Ellie being a parent of a racquetballer. I could tell you that the best advice I can give to a parent in any sport is keep it real. All right. Keep it real with your player. And then, of course, also, get them out there, let them compete. It's okay to compete. Teach them to compete. It's okay to win. It's okay to lose. It's more important how they lose than it is how to win, right? Everything's good when you win. But I would say, keep it real with them. If they're doing a good job, tell them they're doing a good job. If they're doing a bad job, tell them they're doing a bad job. Don't tell them they're the best if they're not the best. Tell them they need to improve and what they might need to do. And then, of course, as parents, we want to do, Ellie, everything we can to help our children. So, Steve, keep it real and, get them out there. Let them compete. Let them get used to the winning and the losing.
Yeah, I know Steven Reikus. I know his son Nathan pretty well. Threat to be the 12 and under national champion. He's got some competition for sure, but he's a good young player, good kid, really works hard. And so, we'll stick with what you just said and all that. And I know Steven and his wife Sarah are doing a really, really good job and are dedicated to their son's success in racquetball and other areas of life. So just keep doing what you're doing, Steven.
Yeah, I mean, you're making the first right move, which is he's playing racquetball. That's awesome. It's going to make him better in life and everything. All right. So, Ellie, with that, we are going to get to our first guest of the evening. Thank you for your questions. Keep sending them in. Selfie videos just like that. Just your name, where you're from, what your question is. And Ellie and I love it. All right. We are going to bring in Damian Zamorano from Arizona. This is a USA Racquetball member. And Scotty Mac's going to bring him in right about now. There he is. D. Zamorano. I like it. Marcus DeRosen.
All right.
Damian is connecting to audio. Now, usually Scotty Mac, we have all this stuff set up, but this is a little different approach tonight. Damian, can you hear us all right?
I can. Hope everyone's doing well.
Doing well. Great to have you. I like you repping the ASU shirt right there, the Sun Devils.
Yeah.
A lot of great athletes have come out of there. I know you're busy tonight. I know you have a family gathering, and I promised we weren't going to keep you very long, so we're going to get right to it. All right?
Cool. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Damian, you're a fixture in racquetball, indoor and outdoor, USA Racquetball. I've seen you at many pro stops, outdoor racquetball. You're very close with the De La Rosas. So let's get to it. What is your reaction and what are your thoughts on USAR's recent announcement about the National Festival, June 3rd through the 12th in St. Louis?
Oh, sure. Thank you. It's a great idea. They're coming off a rough year, just like every other sport. All of us are anxious to play racquetball, and they're trying something new. It's a whole new event, whole new venue. They've never tried it before, so I applaud them for thinking outside the box, trying something different, and being creative.
Damian, you've traveled to plenty of events. You've came to Stockton and played one of our events. I know that. I recall that and appreciate that. And so, for someone like you, what are your plans in terms of the singles and doubles? Or let's say both are take about a 5 to 7 day span there, are you there for the whole time and looking forward to playing both?
I would like to. There's a lot of other tournaments that take up a lot of time. World Seniors, the US Open, they're all week-long or so tournaments. So that's kind of normal. I know we're still waiting to find out how they're going to split up national singles, national doubles, and juniors. But it was nice that they gave us a save the date so we can start to plan ahead.
What are your thoughts on the split, though? I mean, what would you like to see as somebody who's going to travel to a lot of national events here?
That's a great question. I would probably like to see singles the first week or the first 4 or 5 days. I think it's June 3rd through whatever that Sunday is. Mm-hmm. Then national doubles would be maybe Monday through Thursday.
Right. Thursday,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe juniors. And I know they said they can overlap if they have enough courts, scheduling. They could even overlap some of the days. So there's a lot of potential there. I've never been to the US Open. Out of all the tournaments, that's the only major one I haven't been to. So having a 5-day long tournament that's singles and doubles, that gets a little tough if you're looking to play 2 events in each tournament.
So that's interesting, Damian. I'm shocked at that, because I mean you've been around forever and you've never been to a US Open. So
Nope.
do you plan on going to both this year or no?
I was supposed to go in 2020, had the tickets, had the rooms,
Yeah.
but something decided to interrupt everything.
So what's the plan? Will you go to St. Louis and the US Open this year?
I would like to. It just depends on what's going to be happening, schedules, work.
Okay.
I am planning on going to the Denver World Double Singles, and that's a little close to the National Festival, but that's already with that would be really close to traditional national singles anyways.
Correct.
I'm just curious which one, if you had to choose between the 2 events, which one would you choose? I mean, the doubles, the World Doubles sounds great. It's an IRT, LPRT event compared to the USA Racquetball.
And the pro mixed.
Right, in the pro mix. So, but so I mean, because there's different viewing pleasures there as well. It's not probably just not about your own divisions and everything. It's probably what you the difference of what you might be watching as well. So, if you had to choose one,
if I had to choose one, it would be the National Festival. It is a national title.
Cool.
Very good, Damian. That's awesome. That's perfect. It's a great lead off. And we are now going to let you go because I know there's some party you got going on over there.
I wish it was that much fun.
Hey, before you go, are you playing some racquetball these days? Are you indoor? Are you getting to play indoor?
Yes, we're fortunate. One of our friends has a court in their house.
Oh,
I know Sudsy was lucky enough to play out here, playing the court in the late 90s when we had one of the world championships at City Square. But one of our other local clubs just started to allow singles. So we've been playing there a little bit.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Glad that's the case for you guys. You guys get ready for that Denver event and the other events coming up. So that's great.
Yep.
Damian, before we kick you out, I'm going to ask this for Ellie. Nobody else on the show cares, but he does. Are you playing a lot of pickleball?
Yeah.
All right, no worries.
We have a bunch of brand new pickleball facilities nearby, and they were open during the summer.
Listen, hey, just stay active. Keep some sort of racket paddle in your hand. I know you're close with Daniel. My long-standing joke with Daniel right now is I'm not speaking to you until you're #1 in the world in pickleball. So, you tell him I'll answer his text when he's #1. Damian, thank you for joining us. And we're gonna bring in another guest. Have a good night, and we'll
guys have a good one. Take care.
See you.
Thanks again, Damian.
Take care. Bye.
All right, Ellie. So Scotty's going to bring in the next guest. There's about a 15-second transition.
Yeah.
The next guest is, many of you know this individual. Ellie and I have known him for a long time. We've always had some good fun with him. A lot of laughs. Comes from the great city of Chicago, Illinois. He has a background not only indoors. He's been around forever, and he's now really super involved in outdoors. So Joey Logan from Illinois. Welcome to Beyond the Court. Joey Logan, Scotty Mack.
Joey's living in Florida now, has been for a while now. So we'll find out exactly where he's at in Florida. Quite different, Illinois and Florida. So I know he's always true to home, to the Illinois home, but, is definitely representing Florida pretty heavily these days.
No way. Logs, Joey, welcome to the show, buddy. It's nice to see you again and always. But let's get it right out right now. He definitely represents Chicago. Joey, if we're out and we meet and I go, where are you from? Where are you?
I'm going to definitely say Chicago.
As you should. Thank you. All right. Yeah, we know you as Chicago. Joey, a lot of people know you, from indoor, from outdoor. Ellie and I have known you for many, many years. You're a fixture in our sport. You have a ton of experience. You're a USA Racquetball member. You've been at countless events. So let's get right to it. Joey, what is your reaction of the USAR's National Festival announcement, June 3rd through the 12th in St. Louis?
It caught me by surprise. Then that was my first reaction. Then I thought about it a little bit more, and then I was a little bit disappointed because, one, it interferes with another event during that time. And then I think about it, it's like, why are we mashing 2 events together? Well, actually 3. I understand that national doubles would have been about a month ago. So just leave it there. Just we get it. I don't know. They're not giving us enough detail to say why are they doing this. So I'm kind of like, why? So when you see is ASU not going to have us back next year? So by them not giving us information up front, it just makes me wonder, it makes me think, okay, why are they doing this? And especially since I just hosted an outdoor tournament in Chicago, and I know the pressure that was put upon me just to get memberships. Is this just another way of getting all these people to come and play and get memberships? I don't know. So because they're not being forthright or coming out and telling us why is this event or why they doing it this way, it just lets me believe, like, you know, somebody say something, because right now I'm not a fan. And plus, you have these, especially a national event, you're gonna play singles and doubles. That's just a risk from the players of an injury standpoint. So there's just a lot going on with me when I come to think about this event.
J-Lo, what event are you talking about in terms of, you know, right on top of another? Are you speaking of Denver?
So no, not Denver. I'm speaking of outdoor tournament in Virginia. And some of the players that I know play that event when you normally would play national doubles. So now they got to pick and choose whether or not, so does I, you know, am I going to the tournament in Virginia or am I going to St. Louis? So they should know these events, especially since they've taken over war, they should know what events are happening. And it's just like, well, we're just going to pick this date. And I don't know, it just seemed like the planning is a little suspect, if you ask me.
I'm curious about that because, you know, for some people, the lineup of kind of events is going to matter more than it will for other families or other people that are playing the event. But what would be ideal for you to make you, you know, to make you want to do both the singles and doubles while you realize that the juniors are involved as well?
Well, I would, you know, Ellie, I'm a little older now, so I wouldn't play both. I would pick one.
Right.
And that's and over the years, this is what I've done. For now, when I go to tournaments, I play one division because after I play, I would like to go out and see the area and see what's going on and be able to mingle, you know, network and playing all these divisions. I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So, you know, so now you got to pick and choose. And hopefully, if they come out and let us know the reason why they're doing it, I'll probably have a better understanding. I can make a better judgment. Right now, they just leave it to me to be a conspiracy theorist. And I don't want to be that way.
Joey,
I think it should be a little bit forthright.
But okay, so yeah, like elaborate on that a little bit. What do you mean? Like, what would make you happy, right? Like I started the show, I said that 100% of the time, and I know you own your own business too, you can't make 100% of the people happy.
Can't.
But what could they say to you as a USAR member, a huge fixture? You host events, you know, indoor, outdoor. You've been around for over 30 years. I think, you know, what could they say that makes Joey Logan happy? You know, whether it's the format, whether it's, you know, what is that?
Not so much even the format. Even if they were to come and say, hey, you know, we don't know if we're going to be playing at ASU next year. So this is the reason why we're going to host this event together. We don't know if this venue or that venue is going to be prepared for us due to the pandemic. Understandably, we used to always know, hey, Houston was always Memorial Day weekend that week. We knew that up front until they started moving it around to where, you know, because we all know the why it was turned down. Then you have the US Open. We kind of know when that is. We know when national doubles is, and that's around Valentine's Day. Now, all of a sudden, you got 3 months. You're going to throw 2 events on the players, probably that hasn't been planned, and expect for us to play. I mean, there's just a lot of things that come in that's involved here. And I look at it as a player, and even as a tournament director, the injury aspect of it as well. So, you know, let us know. Hey, if we're not going to have any venue for national doubles, and this is the best that we can do, okay, then I'll understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, just a quick transition before we let you go, J-Lo, is, you know, tell us a little bit about your outdoor tournament. I think it's called the Fall Brawl. Is that right?
No, my outdoor tournament is Windy City 3-Wall Brawl.
Windy City 3-Wall Brawl, that's right.
Windy City 3-Wall Brawl, Rainbow Beach. It's the only tournament in Chicago So we stand by that. All the other tournaments, they say Chicago is not Chicago. There's only one tournament in Chicago, and that's Windy City 3-1 Ball, August 13th through the 15th.
There you go.
So
how many courts there?
We have 3 courts. It's just doubles. We don't play any singles. And this year, it's going to be a 2-day event. This will be year 5 for us. This will be our 5th year, and it's growing.
How many do you think you can host? Like, what's a full tournament for you in those 2 days?
I think I can do 100 people. Last year we got 70. But what I kind of fight with is, do I want to have 100 people? Do I want to have more than 100 people? Because people who come, they know, and they know what we're about. I know what they're about. Then we started getting more people. That's like, do I want to deal with the headache? So I fight with that. But you know, the beauty of it all, I get to talk to all the other players and I get their feedback, and that's how we make a decision for our tournament.
Well, I'm sure
as you see, I say our tournament. I don't say my tournament. It's our tournament because I talk to the players that play.
Absolutely, and you'll have, I'm sure you have a nice staff that works with you to make it comfortable for you, so you can have a decent time as well as running the event, trying to do the best you can to host a great event. So yeah, we'll look forward to seeing more about that as it comes out. And I know that's that problem of, do I want it to get up to the highest numbers that we can actually have at in 2 days. It's a good problem to have, and you guys will make a good decision on that, because these are unique times coming out of COVID, and it feels like we're coming out of it a little bit in different states, and you might have a lot of players hungry for that outdoor because they've experienced outdoor the last year and a half leading into your event.
And the beauty is that we've been growing it. A lot of players that played indoor have never played outdoors. Now they start loving to play outdoors now, right. Which I really believe that racquetball needs to embrace all aspects of the sport.
Sounds great, man. Well, I look forward to talking about that as we get closer to that event. It's a very cool, it's a very cool event, having it right there in Chicago too. So it's awesome.
Thanks, Ellie. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Yeah, too, Joey, we'll definitely work, getting you back out here and discussing your event prior to it. And I just want to say thank you very much for all that you do and that you've done. I know that, you support the sport not only by having events, but you've been a big part of it. And I appreciate that personally. And it's always great to see you. So hopefully I see you at as many events as possible this year.
See you soon, fellas. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, Joe. Thanks, buddy.
Talk to you. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Ellie, Joey, just another great guy. Scotty Mack is gonna transition now. We're gonna bring in.
We're rolling the dice here. If you just saw Scotty's message, he's got 2 in the queue here, and
I see that. I see that message.
We're hoping he brings in Stark, but if he brings in Andy, we'll go with it. It's fine.
Yeah, 2 accounts in the waiting room. It is Jeff Stark. All right, we got it. We got it right. Let's see if he can hear us. Hold on, and he is rocking the NorCal iPad. I like it.
No doubt about it. He's NorCal. True and true.
He's NorCal. Let's see. I know he can't hear us yet, so I'm not going to ask, can you hear us?
I saw Jeff for the first time when I was 7 at the Junior Nationals, I believe 1980, Redding, California, his home club. He was a player to be reckoned with in the 10 and under. I think he made the semis that year and had a great run, and was awesome player. Has been an awesome player since even before then.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to actually get his audio, because he's never afraid to talk, which I love. He's getting a little assistance. I like it. I see a glass of red wine in there. We're going to do a little cheers. There you go. Cheers to that.
Yeah, Jeff, Jeff will speak his mind. If somebody pokes the bear a little bit, he'll speak his mind. I get to see him play a little here in NorCal up until the COVID period with all our double shootouts, and he comes through here and there, and generally he's right near the final, if not in it. And every now and then, someone who doesn't realize how long he's been in the game and how good he is, they poke on him a little and get him talking, and then he just, it's kind of funny to watch. I know it's coming too, because it actually amps up his play. He plays better a little angry. Can you hear us yet, Jeff? Can't hear you.
We can't hear you. This is where Scotty Mack is the gem. Everybody, just so you know, kind of what goes on behind the scenes is that, so Jeff, you need to unmute. Scotty Mack said, unmute. Go to the little speaker thing, the microphone, and unmute it.
Just a little click.
Jeff is way better on the left side in doubles than he is getting
Unmuting.
onto the Zoom here and unmuting. All right, so Ellie, yeah. So let me tell you a quick story about Jeff. It was pretty funny, I think. No,
Nope.
can't hear you. No, Jeff, we might have to kick you out, bring in Annie and Erin, and then come back to you so you can unmute. I don't know. You know, what do the fans think? I don't want them to get. He's got his name up there. Scotty Mac right now is bugging out, Ellie. He is not happy with this. I know that.
Well, you know.
All right. Let's.
I was looking forward to the story. I mean, I enjoy a good Jeff Stark story.
I mean, he basically said that him and Rocky would kick me and Rocky's ass after Rocky and I won national doubles.
So him and Rocky would beat you and Rocky.
Right. Basically saying, I guess he's trying to say he would dominate me on the left side. I mean, that's what it sounds like. So,
I'm gonna
something
say
like
off
that.
that
No,
one.
he really
Interesting.
did. No, he really did say that. It was in Arizona.
I'm
He's
not
like,
surprised. I'm not surprised, Suds.
I would have done this or that, and I'm just laughing. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. You know, we got the national. All right. So Scotty, it's up to you. If you want to kick him out and bring him back in, go to the girls. Sorry about this, everybody. And don't forget, we got Kane coming too. Kane's going to be in a little while. I'm going to text him shortly. His Wi-Fi was better than it has been. Spoke to him earlier. Scotty Mac, you want to boot him and bring him back in? Bring the girls in? That's your call, buddy. Ellie, look, I'm going to make it look official like we're on TV. Yeah, Scott. Got it. Okay. Go. Yep. I like the USA Pan American jacket behind you. That was amazing. Remember getting all those clothes?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one that was. You know, I think that was a 1994 situation there, World Championships. But let's talk to the ladies here.
Annie, can you hear us? Erin?
Yes, we're good now.
Yeah, there's no doubt they were not going to mess this up. Technology, you know, like the junior girl. You girls still have juniors eligibility left?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. This year is going to be our last year. So
Okay.
All right, so we have Annie Roberts in the blue, and we have Erin Slutzky in the black. And, you know, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. You know, you're the future of USA racquetball. Ellie told me you're in Stockton, Annie, and obviously now Erin, lucky you too, because what a great place to be at to train and play ball. You know, like if I was going to leave the country, I'd either come here to Ecuador with me or go to Mexico. But if I was in the country, I'd go up to Stockton with Ellie and the crew. So thanks for being here. And we're going to get right to this, all right, for both of you. So recently, the USAR made their announcement about the National Festival, which is going to include national singles, national doubles, and junior nationals. So Annie, we're going to start with you. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, no, I was super excited to hear that. I mean, obviously it's not exactly what the tournaments normally look like, but I was super happy that we found a club, found a time, something to train for. I think that's one thing, like we were talking about, it's difficult to train without knowing like exactly what you're training for, kind of having that in the back of your mind. So that's a super good, I mean, we're always finding ways to stay motivated in training, but that really helps to have that set. So yeah, really excited, really looking forward to that. So yeah.
Yeah, Erin, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I would say that the one thing that I thought was kind of weird is how they call it a festival. I just think that's kind of weird to describe it like that, but I guess it's okay. We were talking about it though, we're kind of bummed because I mean, we wanted to play in the adult qualifying, but with juniors, like that's top priority, and I just don't think we'll be able to swing it with junior singles and doubles and then adult qualifying singles.
I mean, that's the big question for both of you is you could potentially be looking at 9 days, 10 days of play, you know, with the event's whole length if you were to play singles, adult singles, which you're both ready for. I mean, at a high level, you know, the doubles and then, you know, roll right into the juniors. So why don't you think you can handle that? Too much play?
Yeah, we gotta prioritize what's important. I think it's gonna be such a competitive tournament. It always is. Juniors, adults, everything. So like you only have a certain amount of years to play juniors. So and as much as we both want that experience of playing the adult qualifier, juniors is always the priority. But I mean, who knows? We might be able to do it all, but I think we were just kind of like having those, being able to focus on like, all right, this is adult nationals and now this is junior nationals, but hey, at least we got some play, so that'll be good. Yeah.
So Annie, I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, and Erin, I'm not sure if you're going too, but the big Denver event, the World Singles Doubles, the Pro Mixed Doubles, there is a week or two before the national festival, and I know there's actual like $1,000 in the junior division in Colorado. Are you going to that event?
Oh yeah.
Yup. Yeah, we are. I didn't
Nice.
know that they had the prize money in the juniors, but no, I was
Yeah.
actually super excited to hear about that timing, because I think 2 weeks is like a great time to like get into a tournament, get mentally prepared for getting back into tournaments. And then, so yeah, I really like the timing of that. So we're going.
You're both in school, so how does that factor in terms of timing for both of those events? Is it are you done with finals prior to?
Oh yeah,
I'll be done.
yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
By May, or by the first week of May.
So that's the beauty, Suds, of the college student compared to the high school student, is they're generally out by the end of May there when the Denver tournaments happen into June for the festival. So these two are ready to go, and for me, Annie, I see how much you play since you're here in Stockton and playing in Lodi a little bit. And there's, I know there's some moments of soreness and all that, but you do play a lot. I think you could handle the whole damn festival. Just maybe have to decide on how many divisions in the adult singles and doubles, and lay off of a 2-division type on one of those. But I think in a lot of ways you feel like there's a chance if you were to play a bunch of racquetball leading in that you're as prime and ready to go for the juniors with your game as possible, or is it just too much? Is what you're being nervous of?
Yeah, I would just be nervous of just like, yeah, I think 2 division, like I feel like 3 divisions, like because I'd be playing singles and doubles for juniors, and I feel like just like I'd want to kind of focus on that one, because the junior competition is no joke too, especially like every division, not just 18 under, 16 under, like with the stakes that are high at that tournament, like you can't count anyone out. Like it doesn't matter if you've been on the team before, if you've never been on the team. Like, I mean, like Erin, this girl, she came out of nowhere one tournament. I didn't know who she was. She ended up being in the finals, and she had never played before. So it's like juniors is something that I'd really want to focus on, and it can be pretty intense too. But yeah,
I mean,
so
it'd be a different story if juniors was before adults. Then I'd play
yeah,
adults. But...
that would be interesting.
So that's
yeah, so I want to touch on that, Erin and Annie. This is for both of you. So because I hate hearing that. Ellie and I both played a long junior career. We played many junior nationals. We both transitioned into the U.S. team. But like when you get to that 16, 17, 18, where you girls are, like you're the next, Rhonda Racich, or you're the next, Michelle Gould from the U.S. So because the event's so tight, you're not going to try to qualify for Team USA and Junior Team USA?
I just don't know yet. We've never been in this situation before, so it's like it's kind of so hard to tell. I would just really hate to see like us overcommitting and then not being able to do well in either. You know what I mean? But I've personally never been in that situation, so I'm definitely gonna have to consult like coaches and other people to see their opinions. Nothing's set in stone yet, but that was just kind of the first thing that popped up to us, was like, oh my gosh, like how are we going to do it all in 1 week? But even if we do all 3, if we do just juniors, like I'm looking forward to it. So.
Erin, what about you? What are your thoughts on that, on playing both?
Well, I think the other thing is, I don't know if you know, but the LPRT stop right after in Kansas City, the team route stop. I want to go to that for sure. I mean, that's the other thing I think about Holly Scott, and she's got the national tournament, and then she's got to go to this LPRT stop, and it's the Grand Slam. Like that's where the most money is. So the timing of that just isn't great. And I think, 3 straight weeks of racquetball would be pretty hard. I'm talking to my coach Robbie about it, and he thinks like as of right now, I just stick with juniors, but things could change and timing could change, whatever.
Okay.
What's interesting for all of us here talking is just the concept of the different divisions on different days within the festival. I mean, there are a decent amount of players who are in their first year of college in the 18s, and you girls just said it. God, it'd be great if the 18s was first, and then I could play the adults after and kind of get after it and not really care, exactly how the results went, because the juniors are what you want to, finish this junior career off, get on the national team if possible, and have a trip to go on this year, which is we're all hopeful for that coming out of COVID. But that's kind of the big thing for me on all this, is the not having any plan towards what days which events are happening, or which divisions for that matter are happening. Call it the whole damn thing. I don't care if it's one's national singles, one's national doubles, one's junior nationals. Just give us the divisions on which days so we can start planning and make that happen. And it's an interesting idea. Maybe it's something, would you girls look to get in touch with USA Racquetball and kind of try to fight for that concept of 18s possibly being at the beginning of it all?
Yeah, I feel like it'd make more sense because it's not like the adults can play in the juniors, so they wouldn't be playing in two divisions.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
The problem though is that a lot of the juniors are in high school and still have grade school and high school, so it's an 18s thing for me, not really a 16s and below. It would just be kind of highlighting the 18s divisions, and even then you're going to have some young 18-year-olds that are still juniors and seniors in high school and not able to quite get there for that June 3rd through 5th, let's call it June 3rd through, just even if it's a two-day division, which maybe it could be with the numbers that the 18s girls are going to draw. I mean, it's going to be fun competition, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing that, whether it's live or whether I'm watching it on stream. But the competition's good. I don't know how many players will actually compete in that division, so you don't know how long it's going to be. But it's something for you guys to, and other 18-year-old freshman college players, to jump on USA Racquetball and maybe speak your opinion about.
Erin, where are you from? You're from St. Louis?
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis.
Inside info, Suds. Here we go.
And Annie, you're from Oregon.
Yeah, originally from Oregon, yeah.
Okay, so question for both of you. I know you probably still have friends in high school. Is school out by June? I don't know. What would juniors start? Maybe the 8th or 9th at the latest? Is high school out in your cities or where you're from?
Yeah, it's out for her. Oregon's a little different. We get out, I know seniors get out like the first week, but then you have all the graduation stuff. I don't know what that's going to look like this year, but that's going to be a thing. And then everyone else, all the other level players would be out a week or two. We're usually out in the middle of June, so that might be a little bit of a problem.
Well,
All right.
Go ahead. School is online, so
I mean, I'm still in school right now. I'm gonna train, do my classes in the morning, train after. I mean, it's not undoable.
Yeah, if people want to go, I think they're gonna go. So,
well, listen, Ellie and I, we want you to play in every possible division, but yes, we want you to be able to, maximize your potential and abilities. Listen to your coach's advice. Listen to yourself. Like if I'm going to give you any advice as a player, I'm going to say, listen to yourself. And then the only thing I'll say as a coach, don't go to the ceiling and, just attack. All right. So girls, Erin, Annie, thank you so much for being on Beyond the Court. Have a great, whatever training you're doing there with Ellie, and best of luck. Hope to see you there.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, have fun. Have a good stay, Erin.
See you later.
So that right there is that's my apartment on my parents' house. If I ever were to need that. That's where.
Are you gonna get kicked out? I see Mike Locker and we're going to Jeff Stark, so we gotta wait. Scotty Mack, you got Jeff Stark. Only let him in if he could speak and we could hear him.
Oh, we got him.
Oh, we got him. Starky.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. This is beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. Jeff.
Sorry about that, guys. I am the least technological guy. I'm just not good on this stuff.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about that, because we know how badass you are on the left side. And, Jeff, first off, a lot of people might not know this watching right now, but how many national championships do you have? I know you have a bunch.
Me and Brent Walters tried to figure it out, and he actually knows how many I have. It was a couple of years ago, it was 28 or something like that, but I think I'm in the 30s. I don't know. I honestly don't know. My wife hangs them on the wall. But I don't know the actual count. There's like 30 and then like 10 US Open titles or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
there's a lot more fun when Jimmy Lowe was playing, so we can compete back and forth, because it was something that we both went for.
Well, it's funny because you know you've been around forever, Jeff. You know you have more national championships and U.S. Open titles, you know, than most, and so you're definitely somebody to speak on this topic. And we asked you to be on, and we appreciate it. So I'm going to get right to it. You know, you've been around forever. You've been playing forever. You're one of the most decorated USA racquetball players ever. What are your thoughts? What's your reaction to USAR's recent announcement about their national festival, June 3rd through the 12th in St. Louis?
Well, when they came out with the Denver, the World Doubles, I was excited finally to get back to racquetball. Everybody's itching to get to that maybe amateur or some kind of event that we can all go to, like a US Open. So Denver was the first one. So I was excited about that. And then when they came out with this national thing, they haven't really, have they even broke down the dates of what the singles are, what the doubles are, and what the juniors, or they just combine it and they expect you to go for 10 days? Because that's most likely not going to happen for a lot of people.
So apparently,
I'm just an everyday, I'm the guy that works a full-time job and goes to every event, but a 10-day event is not possible for me. That's why I love it when it was broken up like it was.
So what my understanding, Jeff, and again, this is for you, this is more about for you guys, is that they're going to break up singles, doubles, and juniors. But yes, it might mean that still it's extended. We don't know, right? We don't know the details. So what would you like to hear for you to be maybe play in singles and doubles?
Well, I mean, they've already set the date, so it's obviously going to happen, but I'd like to hear when the singles and doubles are. I mean, and when the juniors is. I need to know the dates. I can't, I don't know how many people that are like me that play all these events can go for 10 days or even 7 days is tough. And I don't know why they didn't just break it up like they always have, you know, have national doubles, national singles, and then juniors all separate times. That was not a good plan. That wasn't working all these years. I thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You know, I think it's, you know, we all have the feeling since it's been a full year of not having tournaments that you're cramming everything we haven't been able to do for a year into one event right now. And, you know, I think the big play and what Sudsy was getting at there is, you know, we didn't hear any announcement on what divisions are playing what days.
Right.
And so what I think I want to know from you, someone like you, because you know, you do talk about it, and we've talked about, you know, you got a full-time job. This is your passion, racquetball, and you're good at it at a high level. Tons of titles. So these mean something to you to go to these national events. But what divisions would work? What would work best for you in the divisions you're going to play? I mean, tell us what divisions you would play in a doubles and singles format, you know, in a national event, and how many days can you handle that financially and time-wise, just time-wise in general?
Well, with the format being what it is, let me tell you, just from before when they had national doubles, I'd play the max that they let me play. I'd play the two age groups, the 45s, the 50s, or the 40s and 45s. Me and Keith Meyer would just play we'd wait till the end just to see what the biggest or toughest draw is, and then we play those two. And then I'd like to play, you know, like the qualifier, you know, my third one. And the same thing with singles. I've always played the qualifier. I play my age groups. I played last year 40, 45s, and then I play the qualifier. I can't. Is it?
So that would be six divisions. That would be 6 divisions for you.
Yeah, and I would do that. I would love to do that.
Okay, so how many days? How many days
10,
do you need to play that, and how many days can you not stay? Like for me, it's interesting because they haven't mentioned, they haven't said anything, they haven't announced anything. So wow, I mean, do they have the balls to kind of like separate divisions by age and have doubles and singles? If you're playing 45 plus, can you have doubles and singles happening within a 3-day span so that you get it all in at once?
Just to be fair, Jeff, before you answer that, the one announcement that they came out with after the dates and the festival was that they are going to split it up. And I see USA Racquetball's been pretty adamant about their response is you don't have to be there the whole time. But that doesn't take away what we're getting at here. So go ahead,
right.
Jeff. I'm sorry.
Right. Well, that was the thing about it broken up to when they have national doubles in February. I could play those 3 events, you know, and I could play the two divisions, the 45s, the 50s, and then the qualifier or the Centurion or something, and not worry about it. They can play me as much as they want because they know I'm playing 3 events. And it was only, you know, when they have national doubles, they say, oh, Tuesday to Sunday. That's really not how it is. It's usually a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes finals are on Sunday, sometimes they're on Saturday. Most likely, most of my finals were on Saturday. And the same with singles. So that get me in the qualifier, like in national singles. I know I'm not going to go too far in the qualifier. You just never know who I'm going to meet up with, but at least it gets me in there, and I can play my age groups too. I'm not sure how that venue is going to work on a one long tournament, or if they even think there's people out there like me that can play the age groups and still play the qualifier. If they let me play 10 divisions, I would. I mean, I just would. I would, but they limit you.
So how many days do you have? How many days travel do you have in you for an event like this? Like what can you not do?
Well, I mean, I could play, a day of travel there and a day back. That's 2 days of travel. That's with any big tournament or anything that you're going to. Me and you are in
Pretty
California,
much.
so 2 days of travel, and then I don't know. I'm always at nationals, and people are like, "Wow, I'm playing 3 divisions," but I play all day. It's just like one of your tournaments that have, you play 11 matches. I mean, I like that, but I also haven't been in a format where it's 10 days before like they're doing it. It's brand new. So it's hard to say, what's going to happen. If they have to break those days down, they have to say, hey, singles are going to be Monday through Wednesday and doubles are going to be, Wednesday through Saturday. It's going to make it easier then. And most likely I won't play any qualifier events. I'm not too concerned about that anyway, but I will play as many age groups as they'll let me play on those days. It's just going to be different. I've been 47 years in racquetball now, 1979 junior nationals.
Yeah.
So I've been going these for a long time, and I know we've had a weird year last year. I just don't know. They just came up with, hey, let's do this whole thing in a week.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you playing Colorado, Jeff? Are you going to?
Yeah, and that
awesome.
I'm going to Colorado, and I'm not even sure what I'm going to do there. I'm going to play probably a couple doubles with a minor.
Right.
I'm going to play as much as they'll let me play. I mean, I'm going to these things to play, so I know.
Well, Heiser's online watching. Heis, let Jeff play like 5 or 6 events.
So who are you playing pro? I know you're trying to play some pro doubles. I talk you up all the time on the left side. So who are you trying to get with in the doubles? Any prospects?
Well, I'm going to play with minor in the age group, and then I haven't thought about pro doubles yet. I don't know. Maybe I can always play.
There isn't pro doubles. It's open doubles, Jeff.
Right. Well,
and then the main pro doubles is the mixed pro doubles.
That's right.
Okay, so there's no regular pro doubles then.
No, it's open doubles. And Jim Heiser's online, so Heis, please comment in the box.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's pro singles, women's pro singles, men's pro singles, women's pro singles, and mixed pro doubles. And then there's going to be a men's open doubles. So for instance, Alex and I will not play in that event in doubles, but I will play mixed doubles with someone.
Okay, and I'll probably end up. I'll probably play with 2 divisions with minor, and I might even throw in. I might just play the pro singles just to do it, just to get in there and play pro.
I mean, we could play open. We could play open doubles if you get me a sponsor. We just got to play. You play the right, I'll play the left. Anything down the middle, you take.
I can play backhands. I can play backhands too. Me and Furman won a national champ. Me and Tom Furman won a national championship, and we're both lefties. I played the backhand. I loved it.
Yeah, Jeff's awesome at doubles, man. He can and singles, but he's got skills. You guys could do that. You guys could play either side. You guys could play wherever the hell you want in each rally, and it'd be entertaining, especially in that 45 plus, which Sudsy, you're available for that as well.
Hey Sudsy, what I wanted to ask you and John is, how come I'm the only guy from our time that are playing age groups? It's like me and Jimmy and Keith Miner's there and Doug Gannum's there, but how come we can't have like a 40, 45 with an Ellie and a Sudsy and a Stark and a Swain and all these guys? Who would not come out to see that 40 division if everybody showed up? That would be the biggest division at nationals if you guys all played 40s.
It might happen. Yeah. You never know. You never know. It could happen.
I played a 35 at Houston one year and got one more national title at that 35, and I have one with
Conine. Yeah. I have one with Conine at 35.
You guys, hey man, the answer to that, Jeff, is that you have a lot of racquetball left in you still, and you've got a lot of strength and ability to play this game. And fucking lefties for some reason just don't get arm problems really. and you can swing all day. And so, you know, that's why you're able to play all these divisions, and that's great, you know, and keep it rocking. One of the questions I had when I saw your post on Facebook for you right off the bat is, you know, what do you value more this year? The Denver stop, because it is pro racquetball. There is some value to watching some awesome racquetball along with your fun matches that you'll have, or this festival.
I've never been to this world doubles is what it started out as. And I've never had obviously you're a champion, you're the world champion, right? It's world doubles. So I've never had a title like that. And I'd like to, I've been looking forward to it for a couple of years, and this last year. And so that's the only event I haven't gone to. I go to the US Open and both nationals every year. So I think I'm looking forward to Denver, and I like the 4-day thing. You know, this whole week thing scares me, and I'm not saying it's not going to work out. I'm hoping it will. I love racquetball first. I want this thing I want to get there and say, oh my gosh, look at all these people, and I want it to succeed. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm also, I've been around for a long time, and I know that a week long and cramming everything, it's going to scare people away, and that's what we don't want to do. I don't want to just, you know, I wanted to be more informative about, hey, you don't have to go for a week. And I didn't even know that until you guys told me that. And I know I'm not on Facebook every day, but they have to be more informative. But I'm really looking forward to Denver. That's the first thing that I'm going to have to where it's going to measure me. And, you know, I took some time this whole last year and a little healthier. So I'm looking forward to get on the court to compete. And that's what I'm starving for, you know. Probably like everybody else.
Suds, let me just say before you get your thought out there, you know, hopefully if there's a good pro out there that needs a partner for Denver, I think well, that's not happening again. I'm going into this Denver event feeling like it's like there's a men's pro stuff. I'm trying to sell Jeff again on that idea, because I've been in Diaz's ear a little bit about Jeff, about playing with Jeff and the creativity that could come from that. And obviously Diaz and Jake love playing with each other, so I'm not taking away from that concept at all. But you know, there's been some unique pairings that I've said, hey, you know, you might want to get with Jeff and see if you guys can mesh together, because even though you're damn near 50, or you are at 50, you know, you can still play. You can still play with some of these young guys and show them what's up with that lefty. Yeah, it doesn't as much, doesn't. You're showing that too with your game right now as well. So, you know, being able to do certain things on the court that some of the youngsters haven't seen because of the transition from little rackets to the size that they are now. And Jeff went through that, you know, that transition as a kid into through his teens into a great adult player. So, yeah, you know, I hope there's some doubles events that are out there here in the near future, Jeff, that you can get out there and mix it up with the pros.
Looking forward to it. I miss those days with Andy Hawthorne. In fact, we ran into you one year.
You guys are good. Yeah, you guys kicked our butt. I had a young Rojas. I had a 16-year-old Rojas with me, and he was a young pup. He was playing the back end, and I wasn't really ready to win a match that was that quality. You guys played good. You guys played solid together. Andy was all over the place. You were kind of dictating with your reverse pinches and you know, being able to use the whole court in a all-court doubles game. It was fun, though. It was fun to be in that moment for a second. I think it was the semis. I only think we had to win one match to get to that semis, though, so it was that.
Yeah, that doesn't count. But Jeff, I'm going to tell you, Heiser just said there is $1,000 in the Open in Denver in the doubles. So I don't know. I mean, if we could play opposites, it might be fun, be entertaining. Go win another title. Well, my mixed partner might not let me do that.
I have your number, so maybe I'll call you.
All right, we're going to let you go now, Jeff. We really appreciate you being here. Really, it's always fun. You're a guest that Ellie and I talk about. Like, we want you to have your own show, you know, and just talk old school and go. So we might set that up again. And the next time we bring in, I know your mute button will be operating properly. So,
yes, it will. We figured it out.
We'll stay in touch, Jeff. Really, I appreciate it. I appreciate
it.
Joining
Take care.
Time.
See you, buddy.
See you soon, buddy. All right. All right, so Scotty Max sent a text, and he said that we are going to commercial, and we'll be right back with Kane Waselenchuk.
Stiffy.
All right.
Well, that's an old fashioned. It's an old fashioned. It's not all
Here we
straight.
are back with the king, Kane Waselenchuk. Kane, you know, it's always awesome to have you. Ellie was super excited. Ellie does not know about this announcement that's coming. I know you had a super busy weekend. You know, you want to talk about that a little bit? Because a lot of people don't know, like, you're a full-time dad too.
Yeah, I did a lot of driving this weekend. Yeah, a ton. I went and watched Kendall's volleyball in the morning. And then I had to drive another hour and a half. You know, I drove an hour south to drive an hour and a half north, and today did it all again. But you know, those are times that you can never get back. So it was fun. A little busy, but and a little tired, but that's okay.
Well, I'm gonna brag for you since you won't say it, but I do know that she did win her volleyball tournament, and not shocking.
Yeah, she's all right. I mean, she's already starting that Waselenchuk winning blood already. You know, I like it.
So do I. So congrats on that.
Hey, on that note, I'm kind of curious. Is she playing any racquetball? You know, and you know what her feelings are. What your girls' feelings are for the racquetball?
You know, it's one of those things where I'd really like them to play, but like I don't really feel like I want to push them a little bit to play. You know, like it's this struggle, right? Because like how I was brought up with like my dad, right, is that I was the one packing my bag at 5 o'clock in the morning. And my dad's like, hey, listen, the club doesn't open till 8 o'clock in the morning. So like, just go to bed, you know? So, you know, for me, you know, I'd like them to take an interest, but also too, you know, unfortunately my daughters are at the age where I'm old and I'm not too cool too, either, you know? They don't realize, and I'm just saying, this is.
I beg to differ.
Listen, I try to tell them, like, listen, your dad is cool. You know? Like, first of all, I got a full set of hair. That's number one.
Nice, yeah, you do.
You know, I'm almost 40. I got a full set of hair, like, you know, but I get it, you know, and I try and, you know, I try and get them out there, but they also have busy sports schedules. I mean, my daughters are in serious volleyball and they have practice Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday. They have tournaments Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, it's really busy, you know, so. You know, I'll get them out there, and they've been out there a little bit, but you know, they got their own thing going on, and if they show interest in it, I'll be more than gladly to take them and play.
Well, naturally, we all hope that they do at some point, you know, and it's their sport that could be there for them for life, and with you as their father, you know, we know they'll have it in their blood.
Yeah, I mean, I think that overall, I mean, obviously, I'll never stop, obviously, playing racquetball at whatever capacity, right? Whether it's competitively or just at the club or whatever. So, you know, as they get a little bit older, I'm sure, you know, that, you know, and their distraction is less, right? Like as far as their age and stuff. And, you know, I'm sure that'll be okay. But I mean, to say that my daughters are going to be aspiring racquetball professionals, not at this point. It doesn't look like it they're going to be, but they could be. But that's not because they don't want to. It's just because they have different interests in different sports. And you know, I'm 100% supportive of that. You know, there's a small part of me that, you know, kind of, you know, tears me apart about it. But like at the same time, I mean, you know, they're going to make plenty of decisions in their life that I'm probably not going to agree with. But, you know, as long as that's what they want to do and they give 100%, you know, I support it 100%.
Yeah, that's good advice. We had a dad ask us a question, and that would have been a great answer also. So, you know, Kane, we're here together, you and I and Ellie, and you know, we have a big announcement that I know that you and I are super proud of and super excited about. You know, and it's been funny reading some of the guesses online. You know, are we starting a new tour? Are you running for Congress? You know, no, it's not that. You know, so the announcement is that, you know, Kane and I have known each other for a very long time, and we've discussed, you know, doing something together for many years. And quite honestly, when you're competitors, it's really hard. It's hard to work together knowing that, hey, we might be battling it out, you know, next week or the week after. And then I was gone from the sport for a few years while I was doing exactly what Kane is, you know, raising his kids. And, you know, we decided that racquetball is in serious need of something different and, you know, something energetic, but also with a competitive spirit. And then we also have a big passion of being able to teach and learn and empower and make people better and inspire and motivate them. So Kane and I came together and we really talked about, you know, what can we do? And the first thing we said is we don't want to do a camp or a clinic. You know, that's kind of traditional, and there's a lot of good things about that. We've all been to it. Ellie's been to it. Kane's been to them. I've been to them. We've taught at them. Many of you watching have been to them. You know, we want to offer an experience. And Kane and I, and of course, you know, Allie and Veronica and some people that are helping us build this idea came up with an experience. So we're going to have an experience down in Vero Beach, Florida, April 16th through April 18th. The event's going to actually start on Saturday the 17th, but it is not a camp, it is not a clinic. It's an opportunity for you, for any level that you might be, to come and spend some serious intimate time with Kane and I. But we're going to compete, you know, we're going to ball. And the format that we have for everybody is really going to give you a chance to not only compete with us, you're going to compete against us. And at the end, you're going to get a real feel of what it's like to be part of that in that environment. And throughout that whole weekend, you're also going to learn. We're going to share our knowledge. We're going to teach you. It's not going to be the old school, you know, rack it up, make contact here, you know, and then we're going to do 20 minutes on serve and serve return. No, you're going to play. You're going to play a lot. We're also going to hold and host a really kick-ass, really nice dinner on Saturday night, another great breakfast on Sunday morning. And we're going to put you into a competitive environment. There's only going to be 12 spots available. And actually, as Kane knows, there's not 12 spots available. There's only 11. And we decided that 12 was the max we could do because that's the way we're going to be able to give you our attention. So Kane, you know, talk about what we're doing, why we're doing it, and, you know, just your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, surprise, surprise, you're long-winded, you know, and you just went on for a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, there's not really more that I can really say because that's kind of, you know, I mean, honestly, it's about the experience, right? And, you know, we have had a lot of conversation about it not being this, you know, we talk about racquetball in many ways of being kind of stagnant, right? Like tournaments are the same, you know, sponsor doubles are the same. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that stuff. I understand that, right? But there's something that I think that obviously, you know, we need a little bit of a boost here, you know, and we need something that, you know, is different. And I think that that's something that, you know, maybe back earlier on in maybe the 80s and stuff, but I don't remember two pros that could arguably be, you know, debated as the greatest ever to be able to collaborate and come together and, you know, and give knowledge. But again, right, I speak to the fact that we want something different here, right? And, you know, I always, you know, anytime I went to a camp, again, just like you said, right? Like, you know, you and Ellie as well, you know, it's like arm up, do this, do that. You know, I kind of want to, I mean, there's going to be some of that, right? But, you know, it's going to be a competitive environment. And, you know, I think that one of the things that a lot of people are going to want to see, and what I don't think, if you mentioned it, I'm sorry I missed it, but, you know, at the very end, I mean, me and you are going to ball. You know, and I think that that's something that, you know, a lot of people, that's going to be an experience and that's what part of the experience is that this will be something like me and you are going to ball, and it won't be streamed. It won't be this will be something that's exclusive to, you know, the people that are in the camp. And we want this to be, you know, throwing you just, you know, to the wolves kind of, so to speak, right? Like we want you to be, you know, competitive. We want to know what it's like competitively. You're gonna get some on-court, off-court stuff. I mean, it's just gonna be a great experience, something different than really, from my recollection, that has ever been done, you know, ever before, especially with two athletes like ourselves.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure we would have to go into the history books to look at, you know, if a Hogan and Brum ever got together and put some stuff on back in the 70s and early 80s. You know, maybe there was some stuff there that for the time is similar to now, although, you know, now we've progressed to this era, and obviously you two are in that conversation as two of the greatest. You're right in there. You're right in the top 3, 4 of that. Obviously, Kane, you know, yours is kind of breaking all records, so it's obviously right there, you know. And so Suds, you know, with you two together, that's tremendous. I think, you know, having some experience with this type of concept, I think one of the questions that people will ask is how much court time can they expect in this environment? You know, it's a several day event here. You know, what type of court time are they going to put in? Because they're going to physically have to be able to handle a lot of play, because we hear you that it's, you know, it's not, hey, you know, we're going to do boring ass drills and we're going to talk about your mechanics early on, and it gets monotonous, although important for some players whose mechanics are jacked. But you can handle that conversation and play. They might not be able to work on it right away, but they can hear the information. You can talk about it over those couple of days. But how much court time are these players going to be experiencing?
Yeah, so Ellie, that's a great question, and you know that was something Kane and I really wanted to discuss. But you know, really, we wanted to nail it. You know, we want to hit this and make it right for you, for the player, for whoever's coming to this experience, to this opportunity. So Ellie, you know, on Friday night we're gonna have like a little meet and greet. We're gonna meet at the club, and we're going to meet the 12 individuals that you know eat up these spots and a part of this, and they're going to play and smack it around. But Saturday and Sunday, they're just going to play. They're going to be on the court playing and competing. We're setting up, you know, we're not going to give too many details right now, but you know, think of like UFC Ultimate Fighter. There's going to be a team Kane, there's going to be a team Sudsy. They're going to go at it. You know, and there's going to be many instances. I'll tell you this, all day Saturday, you're either going to be competing with us. And when I say that, you're literally on Kane's team in the court. He's your doubles partner versus me and one of my team players. And then we'll switch it. But I'm not going to get too deep into the details. So the entire time they're competing and they're playing, and they're really going to get deep into the mental side of what Kane and I see. And of course, we're going to touch on all the mechanics and the structures and the game styles and whatnot. But like, be ready to compete, because you know, Kane and I are thirsty to teach you also. And for us to teach you and share our knowledge, we need you to join us and play with us at a level that, yeah, of course, you know, maybe you're not going to beat Kane or I in a game of singles, but you can play with us, and then you can play each other. And we're going to be right there as your coach, as your mentor. And we're going to be, it's going to be a competitive environment. Kane?
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, you know, one of the things that was big for when Sudsy and I were discussing this was, you know, in any camp, you know, you always think about the downtime, right? Like you can't, like if you have a camp with a certain amount of people and certain amount of courts, it's hard to just give everybody the attention, right? But here's an opportunity for us also to give some on court, but also give this kind of team camaraderie, this team, right? So there's going to be a little insight, and Suds, I hope you're okay with this, but like one of the insights is going to be, you know, part of the camp is going to be playing on the court with Suds and I, but also Suds and I also outside the court talking to the team, right? Encouraging the team, right? So it's Team Kane, Team Sudsy, right? And we're trying to, and so when there's somebody playing, I'm going to be talking to the team like, hey, listen, you know, so-and-so and whatever, and giving them insight on what I'm thinking. Plus, you know, we really want this experience to feel like you're a part of everything. This isn't you coming just to a camp, which is not what we want to call it at all. This is an experience. This is a situation that, you know, we want people to understand that you're going to be in a competitive environment. You're going to learn. It's going to be hard. And we, Sudsy and I, are going to be on the court a majority of the time. And then we're going to allow those athletes compete against each other as well too with us, and give some on court, off court, you know, kind of direction, and not have this situation where people don't feel a part of it. I feel like there's sometimes where when you're at lessons or clinics, right? And you do a clinic and you go, okay, for an hour, I'll give a clinic. And then you go in there and you ramble on about forehand, backhand, and let's just say you have 8 people. Out of those 8 people, not everybody wants to hear about the forehand, backhand. Some people just want to hear the serve. Some people are just in there to talk to you. It's not even about getting better, and just the experience of being on the court with you. So this is one of those, things where I feel like we can encompass all of it, and make this a truly remarkable experience with 2 of the greatest players ever, which I'm sure that it's been done. I'm pretty confident that it's probably been done back in the 70s, 80s or whatever, but it's been a long time. And I think that this is kind of I can't see any downside to it. I think it's a boost for where our sport is. And, the thing that has, the misconception is like, we have this individual sport, right? Like, I've competed against you, Ellie. I've obviously competed against you, Sudsy. I've competed against Cliff, Rocky. But like, when it ultimately comes down to it, like, we all love each other too, and we respect each other, and when it's come to, doing certain things with racquetball, there's this kind of barrier, right? It's always been this real hard, kind of like, well, I don't want to give you my secrets and you don't want to give me your secrets and this and that. And like, and it's just, it's been, and Winterton coaches me and Fran coaches you, or, it's always been this thing. And I just think that this is a situation where we can kind of break that a little bit. I think that I think really there's a lot of pros, not just Sudsy and I, but I think that there's a lot of pros that, people would like to see, Cliff, even guys like Tim Doyle, right? Like, there are people out there that, and I just think that there's not really a lot of stuff going on in racquetball. It looks like it's going to be, kind of, getting a little bit better as what the schedule will look, but we need some of these great players also to be involved and work together. And I guess this is kind of like where Sudsy and I kind of sat down and we're like, listen, like, I have my influence, you have your influence. Let's put this together. Our knowledge of racquetball. Let's create this experience that, that'll be beneficial for everybody and the racquetball world too. And maybe it might even live on and grow and add players like, yourself, Allie, come to an event, to a camp, and we have this, this great dynamic, and it's, me, you, and it's us 3 and Cliff, and we're doing something. And that's it's tough to grow the sport and what we're at, but I think that we have to hang our hat on the past great people that have come along. And I think that they have a lot to offer. You don't have to be current. I think that you just, you set your mark, Jason, yourself, all those people. And I think that you guys have stuff to offer. And I think that we need to take advantage of it now to help grow our sport.
So
yeah, I agree. I agree a lot on this one.
It's definitely something Kane and I are super excited about. We really hope that you can join, that you can be part of this. We're going to give you all the information after this. There's the flyer up on the screen. We hope that you can share our passion, with us. Just a couple things to remember. This is the Kane and Sudsy experience. It's going to be in in Vero Beach, Florida, April 16th through the 18th. If you have travel restrictions, you don't need to get there till the 17th in the morning. But, some of the things that really stick out, and Kane and I want you to understand, this is an opportunity. You're going to be competing. You're going to be learning. There's going to be a lot of organic and just natural instruction that takes place, almost like constant competitive lessons. Our plan is to inspire and to motivate all of you. We're going to do a ton of mental strength and conditioning. It's going to be challenging. But like, one of our favorite parts, Kane and I, is that you're going to be socially hanging out with us. We're going to go to an awesome dinner, which, by the way, Kane and I are hosting. And, we already have the place. It's right on the beach. It's really nice. It's set up for any level. Kane, I see a lot of questions and people commenting. No, it's not going to be live streamed. This is exclusive to the 12 individuals that are there. When Kane and I play our exhibition at the end of the event, oh, we're playing. And a little secret, there's a chance that we're going to be playing for some big money too. But we'll talk about that later. So we would love you to be there. And what we really want to do is we want to make you better and help you be better, whether it's on the court or off the court. And, through our experiences, Kane and I, and what we've done, we failed a lot and we've succeeded a lot also. But if we can give that to you, whether you're a junior, whether you're a B player or the best professional or second best, because he's the best, in the world, you should consider this. And hopefully it's something that you really can come out to. And at the end of the day, like we do anything else, I know Kane and I are going to want you to leave and go, that was the best racquetball experience I've ever been part of. Kane, with that, that's about it for now.
Yeah, no. I totally agree. I just, I think that it's important too that, this is a start of an experience that hopefully can catch on and also grow upon other pros as well too, and hopefully this would be the stepping stone of, maybe the next one, Ellie comes, Cliff comes, maybe, whatever, right? I just think that, I think that, you think short term, it's, I think that's great that me and you are doing it, but for me, my vision is long-term and including other great pros and great players that have come along and creating an environment, a competitive environment to where maybe next time it's, you and Ellie against me and Cliff as a team. And we have this dynamic, so, I think that for me, I'm a historian. Obviously, a lot of people probably don't understand that about me. I have a lot of respect for the past pros and stuff like that. And I just feel like the unfortunate part sometimes about our sport is what we have great players that come along and then they disappear, and then, obviously, you came back, thankfully, Suds, but like, that's one of those things, right? You disappeared and it affected racquetball, and Cliff has disappeared and Marty's disappeared. And I think that it's important that we embrace the history of the sport. And I think that this is one of the ways for me, and I would like to think that I speak for you too as well in this regard, that, we can kind of bring that together, and hopefully through the future, the people that have been influential in our sport can be involved in this, and obviously everybody benefits from it. And it's just really sad to see sometimes great players go away, and we need to involve them. We need to, get that history, right? We need to get that history back. Yeah,
well, Kane, with that said, I'm going to let you go, but I can't wait. You and I have a lot of work to do. We've already been working. We want you to join us. If you're ready to compete, hang out with Kane and I, down in South Florida for a couple of days. Get better, get you prepared for whatever event it is. Maybe it's just being the best in your club. Maybe it's being the best in your state. Maybe you want to win a US Open or a national title. Kane and I are going to do that. We're going to put you in a situation, in an environment to make you better. We promise that. All the information is going to follow. A lot of people want to know the price. We're going to put up the flyer again. It's going to be out there. You'll see that, as well as a lot of marketing here the next couple of days. But remember, there's only 12 spots that we were offering, which is now actually 11. So there's 11 spots offered. Kane and Sudsy at gmail.com. But soon you'll see all the info. So Kane, thank you so much. We have a lot of work to do. We're going to end the show. I'm going to speak to you, every day from now until forever. So thanks, and we'll talk soon, and hopefully we'll get a nice crew out there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited about it. And always good talking to you, Ellie. Take care, buddy.
Good seeing you, buddy. Good seeing you. Great idea, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. We'll see you guys. Thank you.
All right, Ellie. So there it is. I'm super excited. Kane and I, we're really inspired by hopefully helping, a whole group of people. There's so many questions I see, how much is it and what level? And like, if you're ready to have an experience and an opportunity where you're going to compete, you're going to learn, it's going to be inspiring, motivating, just to hang out with Kane and I for the weekend. all those questions will be answered. The flyer is going to go out right after this show. We're really, really excited about it, you know.
Yeah, it's a great idea. And it's, I talk about pickleball a little bit, but this is happening in the pickleball world quite a bit. And this is a lot of the pros actually make the majority of their earnings and their living in pickleball from these camps. And honestly, this is something that could translate to 2 to 3 day weekday camps as well. You could be doing these quite often, with the number of players not being too high. We'll see the details of all the pricing. You'll release that pretty soon. Of course, people are going to be on a commitment to this. I think that feeling's out there and kind of understood, but you're going to get quite a unique experience with you two guys specifically. And honestly, right now you guys are at the perfect age to do this. And, we say age doesn't matter much when it comes to the sport. And if you're ready to go, you're ready to go. But you guys are at the age where some of the players are going to be younger than you that attend this. Some of them are going to be older than you. And you have a good understanding of what it takes now at 46 for yourself to play at 46 at this level. There's reasons why you're able to do that, and there's reasons why others aren't. And Kane's not too far behind you. I mean, right at whatever he is, 39, I think, 39, 40. He's right there, It's in his later stages. So this isn't something he would have did at 21, 22, 23. He wasn't ready for it mentally. He was still building his mojo and what became. So, it's something you guys could do for a long time, and others as well. Kane made mention of it. I think that's, to a certain extent, we did something similar to this at a different level when I have all these guys here in Stockton for a while there, and we were calling them camps, we weren't calling them experiences, but there was a lot more playing than your normal camp. It wasn't like going to a junior team camp or a junior, training camp when we were young and doing a lot of mechanics and drills that aren't too exciting and aren't too dynamic. We were more trying to be more dynamic, and I'm sure you guys will take that and then make it really exclusive with this 12 players coming to attend. That's a small number for two guys like yourselves, so I think they'll get a lot of attention.
Yeah, we're down to 11. And Ellie, one of the things that's super, super cool and super exciting, we're going to play an exhibition, Kane and I, and so many people have always said they want to see that, and we're going to ball. And we've talked about that, and it's not going to be live streamed. It's going to be exclusive, to those who are there. We'll go ahead.
Yeah, that's all great. Since we're talking ball and stream and everything, let's give kudos to the Kelly brothers they threw a tournament. They threw out a tournament that was streaming on several different streams were going at the same time, which means they had proper Wi-Fi set up in the court, at the court situation. So they got it done. Joe won his own tournament, some good players there.
Tremendous.
And so, that's congratulations to Joe for that. And I'm sure they're going to do a bunch more of those and invite different players in, and people are going to come in and experience that the Kelly court. And so kudos to them for that.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was great. Joe Kelly, Sam Kelly, thank you for that. With that, Ellie, we're going to wrap it up. We'll get out that information about the Kane and Sudsy experience down in Vero Beach, Florida, April 16th, 17th, and 18th. And, you'll be able to email us with any questions, any concerns, but we really hope to see you there. And Ellie, this is one of those, man, where we should see like low-level pros and high open players that really want that knowledge. I'll never forget, Cliff saying once in an interview on ESPN, he said, the biggest mistake I ever made was talking to Sudsy, and answering his questions and telling him these types of things. And like, this is where I would love to see those type of players, but I know the egos are there. I get it. We've been there, but it would be nice to see that. And it's men, women, juniors, whoever. I did see something about juniors. We are going to hopefully do one strictly for juniors as well at some point.
Let's be really honest. You're going to see guys 58 and older and maybe a couple gals in that same range. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. And that'll be, I think, something you guys should use the platforms to announce when it sells out at 12, and kind of highlight who those players are, where they're coming from, what levels they are, what they're about, their age, and that, if they'll let you say their age, because I think people would be interested in that in that kind of thing, and who's making the commitment to come to this first experience. So, you guys got a lot of work. You said it, and I'm sure you'll get to doing it, and it'll be exciting to hear about. It was an interesting call tonight with USA Racquetball Festival topic, and we didn't really talk about our opinions of it. I think understanding what I was saying. Go ahead.
Go real quick. What's your opinion on it?
I kind of made mention to it. I just think that, I like the idea. I've been one who thinks that this is possible because people will come and go on the days that they need to be there. Again, pickleball world, that's what happens at the big pickleball events. People will fly in and fly out before the event's over because their divisions are done. If they want to stay a day or two extra, fine, that's fine. But, I think this is a great idea. I just think the announcement should have came with exact time frames for the divisions so that it's right out on the table. And look, it may not be the same another time because you learn from this first type of event like this, but it would be nice. You wouldn't have as many complaints about, well, what divisions, what days would I need to be there, and this idea of being there for 10 days, 12 days, you kind of break it down and be able to see it right off. So I think that would be my only small complaint to USA Racquetball on this, and I hope they come out with that info as quickly as possible so that we can get onto the positives of the idea of the event happening. Because for me, as here in my family, the junior nationals is part of it. So Julius is in his final year. He wants to go for sure. My daughter, I'll be honest, she's more COVID worried. She's not really excited about it quite yet, but hopefully we get her there by that time. So I'm excited to hear about the details of the event.
Yeah, I think, good idea by USA Racquetball. I think the concept was pretty good. I think the execution was not. I think, you messed up there. And at the end of the day, Ellie, there's so many mixed opinions. We're seeing so many different sides, of they like it, they hate it, they don't know, but hey, maybe next time, like, poll your members, poll the players, get a little bit of an idea, right? I mean, we do polls all the time nowadays. Like, why not ask them? Not, I heard something that really bothered me. It was from somebody with a very big junior program in the country. And they said that they were contacted by USA Racquetball about how that might hurt, the junior participation. And this individual said, okay, we'll take that into consideration. And that was it. And they weren't thrilled with the date because a lot of people aren't out of school. But listen, USA Racquetball, they're doing the best they can. We were all dealt a tough hand in 2020. Connor, Shane, and the crew over there, they're working hard to make this event happen. I'm sure they'll have, a layout and a format, exactly what the answers are, the dates, singles, doubles, juniors, and, hopefully it works out. If not, hopefully we see you at some tournament anyway. So with that, Ellie, thank you so much as always. Scotty Mac, thank you in the backgrounds. All of our guests tonight. Kane, thank you. Can't wait to get working with you, on this. This is going to be amazing. Jordan Ellis, congratulations on your bat mitzvah once again. Veronica, I love you. Thank you for all the work you do. To the fans, to the players, to the sponsors, to the supporters, Keith Miner, we love you. We thank you so much. We keep racquetball going, and we will see you next week on Beyond the Court. Have a great week.